The problem, Mr. Chair, with the SGR is that we took a loan of 20 years on an infrastructure of 100 years. It becomes impossible to be able to pay that loan by revenue that comes from the railways. And even in 50 years, it will never break even if you load the loans to the railway. So there was a strategic decision that was made at that time that we invest in the infrastructure, and government of Kenya pays back within 15 to 20 years. Now we are choked with the loans because we are paying 80 million per year to the lenders for the SGR. One thing that I want to say here, and I want to repeat so that there is no confusion in the market or among our lenders. We are willing to continue paying the amount that was set. We have maintained in the escrow account 25 billion that was required. But Mr. Speaker, we should be willing, led by the President, to renegotiate the loan period. If we manage to move the loan period even to 50 years, because it's a 100 years investment, we are not going to do another SGR for 100 years. If we can manage to renegotiate to 50 years, Mr. Speaker, then it will ease the burden that Kenyans, the payments that we make every year, and we can divest that money to other parts of the economy. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Dawood, straight to the point, some of the reasons why the contractors are slow is because they have not been paid. Some of the other reasons is because they are shoddy connected cowboy contractors. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, there will be no connection with the minister with contractors. The connection of the minister is with the people of Kenya and Parliament and the appointing authority. And we'll make sure that if you are a shoddy and cowboy contractor getting money and reaping where you do not sow, we will delist you. We will put that list online. We'll make it accessible to all contractors to ensure that you don't get any work in the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, every substandard road that has been approved by the resident engineer, that resident engineer will take personal responsibility apart from the company itself. Are we not constructing new roads? No, that's not what I mean. Because if we are going to say we will not construct new roads, what will you do to constituencies like Northor, Mr. Speaker, or Kadangachini in Nidi, or in Mandera, Mr. Speaker, most of the parts, even Meru, Mr. Speaker, most parts of Meru, or the road between Nyeri and Nyandarua, passing through the forest there, or all those, Mr. Speaker, or Mount Elgon, yes, Mr. Speaker, or Mr. Speaker, Caleb Amis's constituency, that is Honorable Caleb Amis's constituency, Saboti. You know, many people think because Saboti is around Kitale town, if you go inside it, you will find that it's one of the muddiest constituency, Mr. Speaker. So we will have to sit down, sort the immediate problem that we have, and I agree with Honorable Pkosing that it should be roads bond. Solve the problem. If we can float 300 billion, we use the 150 billion to solve the problem, and the one above it, Mr. Speaker, we can now use it to construct the roads across this country. Mr. Speaker, on the landing of the expressway, it is true the committee dealt with this issue. I have also spoken to Kenya, and there are conversations to provide landing at GPO, so that people can land at GPO. The challenge, of course, is that it might touch at Uhuru Park a little bit, and that's where the problem is, Mr. Speaker. So we need to explore engineering designs that will be able to protect the park and at the same time give us a landing. Otherwise, the expressway will become also will not become that useful as it ought to be. Mr. Speaker, KQ nationalization, I think we should think about it more longer. So far, the debt that we have given to KQ, part of it has moved our equity as a country to 49%. Intentionally, we didn't want to cross 50% because we didn't want it to be a public company. We still want it to be run as a private company. I think what we need to do with the KQ is to ensure that perhaps create subsidiaries. Maybe a budget airline, like the one we already have, Jumbo Jet, to continue doing what it needs to do. A cargo airlines be separated, Mr. Speaker, and maybe a charter airlines that can be able to fly to bring tourists from Europe, like my colleague addressed, Honorable Owen here. And finally, we might need Kenya Airways to also, and I've had conversation on this, to have other businesses on the side where they provide other services, drone services, Mr. Speaker's surveying services, and other services that other private companies are giving as one way of raising their revenue and bridging their gap, the loans, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker,